Long, long ago, in Europe continent, in France country, there is a prince named Robert. He looks very handsome. Robert is a charming, brilliant, and a great warrior. One time, Aaron would like to know the country's condition, so he would like to go for a country stroll. He called his minister Mark to speak about this.
I would like to go for a stroll in our country. I would like to know about our country people and their living conditions. I would like to know if they are all right.
Okay, my dear prince, I will make all the arrangements immediately. After that, the prince took his horse and went for the country ride. Prince liked all his country people, and he strolled the country for an entire day. That time, he saw a girl who looked as beautiful as a rose, and she got a blue-colored eyes. By the evening, when the prince came back to the palace, he called for his minister immediately.
Mark, when I went for a country stroll, I have seen a beautiful blue rose in the countryside. So immediately bring the blue rose to me. Till I get the blue flower in my hands, I would be restless. Without that rose, I'm feeling uneasy.
After listening to the prince's words, minister has decided to get that blue rose. He started to think about it. My dear prince, why are you suffering so much just for a blue rose? I will go immediately and speak to the florist. I will go alone. I don't need any soldiers. Then Mark went alone to see the florist. Did you have any blue rose?
Blue rose? Sorry, Minister, we don't have any blue color roses. I have some colorful roses here. Pink, yellow, red, and even white. But I don't have a blue one, and if you want, I can give these roses.
I just need the blue rose. Okay, leave it. I will search somewhere else. Under any circumstance, I would like to get the blue rose.
But Honorable Minister, the flower you are searching for, I don't think you have any rose in that color. I don't think you would get one.
I will somehow definitely get that blue rose. After telling this, minister left the flower shop. After that, minister went and see a magician. Can you get me a blue color flower? By your magic, I need it at any cost. After listening to Mark's words, she prepared a blue color paper rose by using her magic skills. After seeing that flower, Mark has got excited. Then he rushed to the prince with that blue rose. My dear prince, have it. At last, I found the blue color rose. Hope you are happy now. When the prince saw the paper-made blue color rose flower, he got angry.
Mark, you got me a paper flower. Do you think I'm a child? You thought I asked for this to play with it? I don't want this paper flower. I need a fresh and original flower.
After listening to the prince's words, Mark got upset. A flower which is real and alive. Where will I get it? If I didn't get it, Prince will definitely get angry towards me. He got confused. To find a blue color flower, he strolled the entire country, but he couldn't find the blue color flower anywhere. After getting tired, he came back to the prince.
Where is my blue rose?
And the prince was very much angry.
Don't tell me you haven't brought the rose flower this time too. I'm gonna get this flower by appointing somebody else for this. And if he brings the flower to me, then I will appoint him as my minister. Better leave now and bring me the flower. I cannot tolerate it anymore.
After listening to the prince's words, Marquez got very upset. This time, he gathered so many soldiers with him, and he went to the deep forest in search of that mysterious rare blue rose. Minister Mark and his soldiers reached the forest, and they were searching for the blue rose everywhere. The soldiers searched the nook and corner of the forest, but they didn't see any sign of that flower. Just because he didn't get the blue rose, Martin got very terrified. He got tired and he went and sit under a tree. We are searching for that blue rose from dawn to dusk, but we couldn't find it in the forest. Now Prince is going to give this job to someone else. If they find that blue rose, then he will exile me from my position. That time Mark felt so thirsty. The time has passed, but we couldn't find that blue rose yet. Now I'm feeling so much thirsty. Okay, now I go to the nearby hut and ask for water. And Mark goes near to that house. He stood in front of it and he called for someone. Is anyone there? After listening to Mark's voice, a girl came out of that house. After seeing that girl, Minister became silent. That girl looked so beautiful. Her face looked like a bloomed rose, and her eyes were in blue color. Mark felt so happy after seeing that girl. Ah, I found the blue rose! I found the blue rose! After listening his voice, all the soldiers came out of the forest to see him. You guys don't have to search for the blue rose anymore. That blue rose is standing in front of me. After that, Mark started to talk to that girl. That girl's name was Catherine. And Mark explained everything to that girl. Then he picked Catherine along with him to the palace to meet the prince. My dear prince, this time I have bring that real, alive blue rose with me. After listening to Mark's words, Prince got excited.
Mark, every time you tell me this, but till now you haven't brought me that flower. What is happening? Oh, do you have something this time? Okay, let me see.
Then Mark has introduced Catherine. She stood in front of the prince. When the prince saw Catherine, he doesn't have a clue what to say. He lost his mind in love and started to staring at her. When the minister saw the prince, he understood the prince was telling about this girl only. Prince got very much happy and he presented Mark with so many gifts for bringing him Catherine.
Catherine, I like you so much. I would like you to make you my better half. Will you marry me?
Oh, my prince, I'm sorry. I cannot marry you.
And Prince was not expecting this answer. He looked Catherine surprisingly.
Catherine, a number of princesses are waiting to marry me in this world. Can you tell me why you're not interested in marrying me?
My prince, a sage has cursed me. And because of that curse, I cannot marry anyone. I like you very much. But if I marry you, I will die immediately. I am not worried about my death. But it hurts me a lot imagining your pain after my death, my prince.
Well, if that's the case, I won't marry you. I want you to stay alive forever. And there is another thing. For my entire life, I won't get married to any woman. I would like to see my dear Catherine smiling and happy forever.
Then Prince get his beloved blue rose Catherine along with him in his palace. Even though they two didn't get married, they've been the example for true love.